What are you really paying us to help you do? Do you want us to give you everything that you want to hear, or do you want us to give you the God's honest truth? And that's one of the things I think that really sets us apart too at times with our clients that they've never experienced before is no one's been willing to tell them like it is. No one's been willing to say, hey, I think this would really be better for you than doing this. Or, you know what, you really need to examine these quote unquote demons that you have, because if you don't, you're just going to wind up in the same place in a year from now. And then all of this is going to be for nothing. And as much as you and I have very two different approaches in how we coach, and it's sometimes really important for people to see that we both come to a reality with people at times saying, hey, this is not for you. This is not the way you should be running this. You're not a business owner. And we've had to tell people that too. And, people have such a derogatory way of looking at being self-employed. Like, it's like if you created a job for yourself, you're self-employed. If you figured out how to generate revenue for yourself by giving yourself work, you have a job. You don't have a business. And you and I came to that realization last year, and we've shared that before on here. I think people get insulted sometimes when we say, well, you're just self-employed.
Yeah.
Well, why does it have such a negative
Well,
connotation?
I think
You
it's
know,
because they jumped off the cliff and left corporate America, or told their spouses or their family, like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go after this. I'm gonna try it on my own." They have this vision of what it's gonna be if I own a business, right? And it's always freedom and success and money and all these things. So in order to keep that alive, they're after this thing, and it's like, I own a business. I own a business. Most of them never really qualified what that means to them. They've taken a societal view of it and just said, okay, this is what it is. And there are thousands of different ways to be a business owner. Okay. You can own a business. Now, what Tom and I always say is we own a company. We have a company, right? But we're self-employed, meaning like we can't sell this. We can't sell this to somebody else because we are the product, right? And many people are that way. A lot of CPAs, successful CPAs I know, it's them and someone who helps them out. They can't really sell that. It's tough. If you're selling a commodity, then yeah, you can sell the business.
and I think it's where a lot of people get overwhelmed, and that creates a lot of bad habits and a lot of bad behaviors, is because they don't know what they really are. If they are a business owner, or they self-employed, and words are so powerful. We talk about the importance of saying and speaking the right language, because the language really dictates the behaviors that you follow, and they come from, ultimately what you believe about yourself and what you're doing. And if you have that overwhelm and that lack of clarity, you could really go down this whirlwind of just complete chaos and never bring any order and structure to your life. So it's really important that like, so if you're listening to this and, it's the beginning of 2026, by the end of the year, if you don't have clarity on what you're really doing and you're wondering why your business is struggling, it's probably because you need some more direction around how to behave